Chapter 15. Teaser. Taste. He stood there, facing the guy he'd just helped out. He studied him briefly, and noticed not only the swollen eyes, but also his incredibly chiseled jawline and beautiful brown eyes. It wasn't appropriate, but standing there opposite this muscled hunk in his tuxedo got him slightly hard. It was the intimacy of it, and possibly the wine, which caused him to feel not only pity, but attraction. This guy was simply stunning. He extended his hand to his. "I'm Andy, by the way. Nice to meet you." The other guy stared at his hand as he extended it, in a very observant way. Perhaps he was nervous. Of course, he would definitely be feeling somewhat silly after falling over a table of glassware with several bottles. Not exactly a waste of wine considering how terrible it was, Andy pondered. He smiled as he thought this, a symptom of many, many other such encounters at the many exhibitions he had attended over the years. "Sorry, I'm Alistair. Nice to meet you. Ali's fine." "Do you want me to call anyone? Are you alright?" Andy inquired. Knowing he probably had a phone, it just seemed like the right thing to say given the circumstance. He noticed he wasn't wearing a bow tie, and that his white shirt was undone, revealing his muscled chest. Very hot, he thought to himself. "I'm a mess. My phone's dead, too." He took the stubby wine glass and downed almost the whole glass. Andy was fairly certain he oughtn't drink any more, but didn't do anything to stop him, as his clavicle and intense jawline were far too inviting to watch while he threw his head back and drank the rest of the cheap red wine. He winced at the acrid sourness of the wine, adding, "I've seen you on the river. You were at Fulham End Boat Club, right?" Slightly taken aback, but hardly surprised considering how many people in Chelsea were at rowing clubs or involved in the scene, he responded, "Yeah, well, I haven't been there for long. We're usually out at the weekend." "I saw you guys. Fuck, I'm so happy I don't have to do development rowing anymore. No offence, looks painful." He added, "But you actually look like you care about the sport. The rest just want to wear tight lycra, probably. All about appearances." Andy wasn't sure where he was going with this. He looked down at his wine glass, which was still full. He offered it to Ali. "Take this. You probably need it more than I do," he stated, not really knowing why he'd offered it. Cheers. Sorry about inside, and thanks for sorting it out. I had some bad news and then my phone died and I got frustrated," he said, forlornly. "Also, my ankle is screwed up, so I lost balance and then the damn waiter didn't give me more wine, even though I'm not drunk. I hate London sometimes." Andy noted a touch of vulnerability in his voice. It was damn attractive, but hard to know how to process without seeming as if he was flirting back with him. There was an undercurrent, but he couldn't tell where it was going. It made him slightly hard, which is perhaps why he had handed him the wine. "Tell you what, you can either use my phone, or we can find you a charger. I'll pay for the damage. I know the owner of this event space. All good." Andy expected him to leave out of embarrassment, but instead was surprised at his response. "Thanks, I saw you earlier. You're with Freddy. He's a good guy." "Well, come hang with us for a while. We'll find you a charger." Ali smiled at Andy in a very flirtatious way. It was very clear that while Ali hadn't planned any of this, he wasn't an outsider, and they could probably be friends, or at least hang out and get to know him. The unspoken bond between rowers typically dictated the course of an evening, especially when meeting new people. Andy wasn't entirely against this, especially as Isabella and Arun weren't particularly animated. Arun looked as if she simply wanted to down a bottle of vodka and to get her through this tricky social situation, and Isabella looked like she would get bored of the whole event once she had drunk enough alcohol to forget that she was there to view the art and appreciate the photography. The next thing that happened was unexpected, but not unwelcome, but did surprise Andy somewhat. "Can I have a hug? I feel dreadful," Ali asked. Cheeky. Very, very cheeky. He clearly knew that Freddy was gay, and had made an assumption about Andy, too. Of course, he wouldn't have known that he and Freddy were vaguely an item, Instead of declining, which would have been awkward, he accepted. Sure, everyone needs some comfort. He smiled as he said this, then put his arms out. It was a brief hug, but felt good. They embraced, not particularly close, but enough for Andy to smell his cologne and feel his body press against him slightly. It was bad, but he could feel his bulge slightly against him. The silk trousers didn't conceal much, and he could see and feel his cock press against him slightly. Their jawlines also touched, and there was a momentary pause just as their eyes met. That felt good, Ali said to Andy. Fuck yes, it did, he thought to himself.